What's going on? Blessings to all. You already know it's Papito El Rey coming at you for the fifth day. So you already know we made it. 2 more days on the countdown, and if I feel great, which I feel now, there'll be another 7 days. The only reason why I'm not doing 21 is because 420 is around, and I'm definitely celebrating for my accomplishments and for my favorite holiday. You already know. We're gonna start off with number 5 of my 7-day inspirational fast quotes. Tell yourself everything will work out. Things will get better. You are important. You are worthy of great things. You are lovable. The time is now. This too shall pass. You can be who you really are. The best is yet to come. You are strong. You can do this. Always remember those key things. These are a lot of things that keep me motivated when I write things down, inspirational stuff to get the day going, or just to to think positive and be motivated. Um, I got some sleep yesterday. Um, actually got I went to sleep probably, I don't even remember, but it wasn't too late. I think I went to sleep like 12, something like that. I don't even remember exactly, but I got my 8 hours of sleep, so that's a blessing. Although you only really need 6, but I got my 8 hours of sleep, so I feel good. We made it. Um, today's I'm gonna be touching up on um, ketosis while fasting, effects from fasting and stuff like that. Um, some effects from fasting is sensitive to smell and light, diarrhea. When you get to a certain amount of days, you start using the bathroom a lot, um, which is a good thing because you clean out your system. It means it's working. Um, stomach growling, and body being cold. Like I said, which means your body is working to burn excess fat. Some go through some go through it more depending on their weight compared to others, and how much fat is stored um, in your gut. Accumulating from years of eating fatty foods and so much toxic. I always read off of things because I write a lot, and I'm not gonna remember everything. And like I said, I'm new to this, so a lot of things I've been during my journey, even before fasting, I've been reading up on and stuff like that. So that's where I get a lot from, and I do researches from doctors or some people that have fasts. And I give you the good and bad. Some people assume that this is good, this is bad, but um, there's really no specific scientist or doctor that could sit there and tell you um, if a lot of days are bad. Because there's been people, like I said, that's done 7 days fasting, that's done 31 days fasting, 21 days, 41 days fasting. So all that shit that they say, like, a lot of them be hating because they can't do it and they don't have the willpower, so they want to make stuff up and assume that since they can't do it, nobody else could. But guess what? It's day 5, and I'm going strong. Water only, no herbs, no help, no nothing. I've been going strong, and I'm proud of myself. And for anybody that's doing it, also, I'm proud of you too. Um, a few things. How long? A few questions that a lot of people ask. So some for me it's good to allow people to know too, just in case they're curious. How long does it take to go into ketosis when fasting? It takes anywhere between 24 hours and 3 days for your body to enter ketosis when fasting, but could be dangerous for those people with diabetes and chronic kidney diseases. Those fasting help you. Does fasting help you heal faster? Fasting not only removes obstructions and helps the body to heal itself, it is also rejuvenating and life extending. These resulting benefits can have lasting effects in your mental and emotional health. While fasting, you become more aware of your body process, your life, and with everything you're doing. Does fasting make you stronger? It definitely helps maintain lean muscle tissue. When most people lose weight, they tend to lose muscle along with fat, which happened to me with losing muscle and stuff like that because I do a lot of cardio. Um, Most of you probably won't be doing any kind of intense exercising during fasting periods, so your body will be burning a shitload of fat instead of muscle. You know, I have to add the curse. Parental advisory, you shouldn't be watching it. This one article is Managing Fasting Ketosis, Common Signs to Ketosis from Fasting. If you decided to combine fasting and ketosis, you're likely aware of the many potential benefits such as increased energy, mental clarity, and decreased fat mass. But what you might not be familiar with are the signs of fasting ketosis. How do you know when you've entered fasting ketosis, and what are the side effects? What is fasting ketosis? In addition to eating a high-fat diet and limiting carbohydrates, the metabolic fat-burning state of ketosis can be induced by fasting. Unlike, unlike keto, fasting is not a diet, but rather a method. It doesn't determine what you eat, but rather when you eat. There are a few different types of intermittent fasting, which will vary on your routine and schedule. Eating ketogenic foods can make fasting easier because the high fat content makes you feel. Put an amend on, perhaps a little more room here for the big. Sorry about that. Rather when you eat. There are a few different types of intermittent fasting, which will vary on your routine and schedule. Eating ketogenic foods can make fasting easier because the high fat content makes you feel full with less food. Fasting can help you get into ketosis quicker, which helps you see the benefits such as weight loss and mental clarity much sooner. Fasting ketosis symptoms. Before you begin to see the incredible effects of fasting ketosis, you may experience at least one of several common symptoms. While you may initially think the diet isn't working for you, this is a natural reaction, and these symptoms are only temporary as your body is adapting to being in ketosis. In the article, you'll learn about common side effects of fasting ketosis, ketosis flu, how to deal with fasting ketosis symptoms, positive fasting ketosis symptoms. Common side effects of fasting ketosis. Combined with a high-fat, low-carb diet, fasting can help your body burn fatty acids instead of glucose faster and start producing ketones. After a week or two, you'll train your hunger hormones to adapt, but in the beginning, you may experience at least one of the following temporary symptoms. As food is eliminated while fasting and your body burns through its glucose, glycogen stores in the muscles are reduced. Glycogen is responsible for muscle retention and holds a large amount of water. So as its levels fall, a lot of a lot of water released, a lot of water released. For each gram of glycogen, your body holds onto 3 grams of water in storage, which can add up in extra pounds. Your kidneys will also excrete more sodium as insulin drops. This is why people who start a low carb diet or a fast often experience a big initial loss of water weight and reduced bloating. Before it comes to a plateau, once glycogen stores once glycogen stores have been fully depleted. This weight will return when high levels of carbs are consumed again and glycogen stores are refilled, which is why transitioning to a keto diet from fasting helps your body stay in ketosis. Fatigue. With the loss of excess water, your body also flushes out electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Your body needs to produce sugar for energy when fasting, so it begins a process called gluco, glucogenesis, during which your liver converts non carbohydrate materials like lactate, amino acids, and fats into glucose. As this occurs, your metabolic rate (BMR) uses less energy, and your blood pressure and heart rate are lowered. Think of this as your body going into power saving mode. This can cause you to feel unusually tired and weak until things balance out more. This is often a symptom that causes people to quit fasting before they get into ketosis and see the benefits. Remember that this is remember that this transition doesn't occur immediately, and you need to give your body time to adjust since it's not used to going long stretches of time without food. Don't expect to be full of energy as you begin to eat intermittent fasting. I tell this to people all the time. It's like sometimes I have to sit there and actually get it from somewhere official, from the same place that I found it from and did research on, and they still ask me the same question over and over again. Or they ask me, what is this, what is that, and I tell them, but to each his own. Hunger and sugar cravings. As your body adjusts to fasting and ketosis, you might experience hunger or sugar cravings, for a couple days. This is a normal reaction to a reduction in calorie intake, but it also has to do with your hormones. Researchers have found cells in the stomach which regulate the release of a hormone associated with the appetite called uh, ghrelin, are controlled by a circadian clock that is set by mealtime patterns. This means that following a set number of meals at specific times each day is a trained behavior. Once you realize this and you're running on ketosis bodies, fasting feels much easier, and fasting can balance your hunger hormones and reduce cravings for unhealthy foods, especially sugar and carbs. Hunger symptoms can also be triggered by dehydration, so be sure to stay hydrated. Upon transitioning to eating keto after fasting, following a meal plan can be helpful and avoid cravings and sticking to your diet. Keto breath. You may notice bad breath that takes on a fruity smell in the initial stages of fasting. This is a result of elevated ketone levels, in particular the ketone acetone, which is released through the breath Acetone is created spontaneously from the breakdown of acetoacetate and is the simplest and most volatile ketone. It diffuses into the lungs and exits the body when you exhale. Make sure if you didn't catch it, just make sure you go back and reread whatever I said, because a lot of these things are key things. This is why I write it down, and this is why I'm reading it. Lack of hydration can cause minor temporary muscle cramps and some people when fasting ketosis. Pains and aches may also be caused by malnourishment and insufficient levels of minerals, nutrients, in particular magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Deficiencies can cause muscle pains due to an imbalance of electrolytes. You may choose to replenish your magnesium levels with supplements or herbs to remedy this. Try to increase the amount of water you're drinking as a preventative caution, especially in the first week, as dehydration can be the main cause of muscle cramps. You can also avoid coffee, a diuretic which can further dehydrate you. I added herbs because again I'm a vegan, so a lot of things I can't eat, and I'm loyal, to what I study and practice. So that's why I added herbs, because herbs is so beneficial and so good for you. Less energy. Steady energy is a perk of both a ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. But in the beginning stages, you might experience a dip in energy levels as your body adapts to using ketones for fuel. Carbohydrates are usually the main source of energy, and the sudden restriction of them will naturally result in feeling drained. You see, right now as I'm reading, my stomach started growling, which is cool. It happens, and I've read to you guys about it. But I'm good. I'm not starving or none of that. It's my body, is fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's burning fat, and it's taking energy from you know from your blood, and it's going to your gut to be able to attack. There's like a it's like a battle against each other. You know what I'm saying? Fighting each other. Less energy. Steady energy is a perk of both ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting. But in the beginning stages, you might experience a dip in energy levels as your body adapts to using ketones for fuel. Carbohydrates are using the main source of energy, and the sudden reaction of them with naturally result in feeling drained. Will naturally result in feeling drained. Decreased physical performance at first is not uncommon, but is only temporary. Your body is trying to conserve as much energy as possible, so try to slow down if you can. In the long run, you'll discover greater, steadier energy levels, which I've said in other videos. Little by little, you'll start gaining energy because it'll start going to your fats to gain energy. An increase in heart rate may happen within the first few weeks of fasting or being in ketosis. If you normally have lower blood pressure, this is more likely. Heart palpitations can occur from lack of water and salt, making it important to increase your intake of both. Since the ketogenic diet can help improve blood pressure, those on medications that affect blood pressure may need to seek with their doctor about dosage. Common sense. Ketosis flu. When beginning the ketosis diet, you may experience what's commonly known as the ketosis flu, as your body adapts to fat burning. But when fasting, you can actually prevent or lessen the chances of keto flu symptoms. Since it kickstarts the process, Every time you eat, there will be some glucose released into the bloodstream, even if it's a very small amount, and an insulin response will follow. This response can last up to 20 hours. So when you fast for more than 20 hours, ketones will quickly begin to replace glucose. While the symptoms will likely be less dramatic when fasting than eating a ketogenic diet, you still may experience the keto flu in the first few days of ketosis. Here are the side effects to be aware of. Feeling unmotivated, headache, irritability, brain fog or feeling confused, lethargy, and fever. So remember, if you're getting sick, this is I'm reading up on it to let you know. Those who talk about it or complain or just say they're not feeling good, it's working. Your body is is doing its job. Is doing what it's supposed to do. So relax. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get through it regardless. Just have willpower, have faith. You know, if you have a higher power, pray, and stay positive. I always tell people, look at documents and stuff like that, and I always bring up um, a a documentary that's good that I've been watching basically every day, which is called The Secret on Netflix. If your body isn't keto adapted or used to fasting, you'll likely feel short term fatigue at the start. This is due to the electrolyte loss and dehydration combined with a withdrawal from carbs and sugar as your body adapts. Keep in mind that it's temporarily and aim to rest during and avoid strenuous physical activity. Headaches. Since your cells haven't adapted to running on ketones yet, when you start fasting, headaches can be fairly common. Again, headaches can be fairly common. So don't use the excuse that because you're getting headaches or stuff like that you want to quit. It's part of your healing. It's part of your process of cleansing and removing toxins and all that, and your body fat and all that. This is a hypoglycemic issue related to your blood sugar as your insulin is lowered until your body to ketones until your body to ketones. This may be unavoidable but is always temporary. Irritability. While you soon notice elevated mood levels, you might find yourself snapping at people more than usual while your body adjusts. Moodiness is not uncommon during a period of withdrawal from carbs and sugar, which is only enhanced by the other keto flu symptoms. A cup of black coffee can provide energy and liven your mood if you feel like you need something to tame your temporary grumpiness. And this, again, a lot of this stuff is pertaining to after you fast, or but not when you're doing the water fasting, because a lot of the stuff that I'm reading is talking about ketosis, is talking about intermittent fasting, is talking about when you're not fasting and you're eating your regular meals and you're back on. So this is all together. Brain fog or feeling confused. Ketosis can lead to more mental clarity, but at first you may find yourself being confused, forgetful, or foggy. If your body is used to a blood sugar roller coaster, then lowering levels can trigger brain fog. It can show up no matter how much sleep you get or whether or not you've had coffee. Try to go into the first day or two of fasting being aware of potential brain fog, as it takes some time to transition. Lethargy. A sense of sluggishness is possible in the first few days of fasting. You may feel weary and inactive as your blood sugar levels are lowering while your body adapts. Be sure to avoid any possible stressors such as mental strains or a lack of sleep. Fever. Not unlike the regular flu, you may feel feverish when entering ketosis. It's possible that if you are burning fat, that it could cause an increase in heart and heat, which leads to an elevated temperature. However, there is not enough conclusive evidence to determine this. Now that we've covered some of the main concerns when fasting and entering ketosis, let's discuss how to best deal with them as your body adjusts. How to deal with fasting ketosis symptoms. While most fasting ketosis side effects are temporary, there are several things you can do to reduce the symptoms and make the process more pleasant. Try to get enough sleep and work on reducing stress as much as possible. When combining intermittent fasting with a ketogenic diet, make sure you're still staying within your macros and eating enough calories during your eating periods. It's talking about when you eat. To deal with ketosis symptoms, stay very hydrated, increase salt intake, eat mineral rich foods, supplement with magnesium, which you could eat avocado. Take exogenous ketones, and they also have vegan exogenous ketones, which are good. So you could look it up for those who are vegan and follow my videos. Shout out to all the vegans. General self care. Shout out and none but love to all my vegan brothers and sisters, and even people that aren't vegan and they choose to do fasting. I just bring up that because I am vegan. So stay hydrated. You can expect a big flush in water weight, which can leave you dehydrated and exacerbate the above symptoms. Drink plenty of water and consume bone broths that are rich in minerals. Increase salt intake as your body flushes out from water. I mean, as your body flushes out water from lack of carbs, sodiums, and excreta as well. For best results, use high quality sea salt such as Celtic sea salt and Himalayan sea salt, which is good. Each time you eat, eat mineral rich foods. If you're doing intermittent fasting, be sure to eat high nutrient meals during your eating windows to replace any lost electrolytes. Eat plenty of leafy greens, which a lot of people don't eat vegetables that are green and they're very beneficial. Celery, seaweed, cucumber, avocados, and high fat. Um, It says something anyway, coconut milk, because I'm not there. I don't I don't drink dairy, so coconut milk. You'll also want to eat plenty of fats such as coconut oil and MCT oil, as they'll keep you satiated without spiking your insulin level. Supplement with magnesium. Take magnesium citrate to help balance hydration and, and, electro, and electrolyte levels. Be careful with this if you experience diarrhea and if you have kidney problems. Check with your doctor before taking magnesium supplements. One way to avoid keto flu symptoms is by taking exogenous ketones. They provide your body with extra ketones to use for fuel during the transition, getting you into ketosis faster. Speeding up the process can help reduce all the common symptoms mentioned above. But a person like me is doing it straight natural and I'm doing it raw and to each his own. General self-care. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Whether you're starting a new ketogenic diet, trying to intermittent fasting, or both, and you could do vegans could do a vegan ketogenic diet, which will be good for them if they choose to do that. Intermittent fasting or both. Ketosis is an adjustment for your body. Know you're doing something good for yourself, and keep your long-term health in mind if your symptoms frustrate you. Be sure to get plenty of sleep. Sleep deprivation can lower testosterone, which cause insulin resistance and make your blood sugar levels rise, which is something I go through because I don't get much sleep. Positive fasting ketosis symptoms. If these symptoms have you feeling nervous about your new keto diet, don't forget that there are many positive symptoms of fasting and ketosis. Once you get through the first couple of weeks, you'll be reaping the amazing benefits. And majority of the times that I do get sleep is because um, I have 420 in my system, so I'm good. Weight loss and appetite suppression. Not only does fasting and ketosis naturally reduce food intake and increase fat loss, eating a high fat, low carb diet also increases satiety and naturally reduces appetite. And yes, that's how you say it because I looked it up. Boosted energy. After you get through the initial phases of ketosis, a great benefit of switching from a carb heavy diet to a low carb diet is a more steady stream of energy. Fasting in ketosis reduces spikes in blood sugar even more, leaving you with more stable energy levels throughout the day. Higher mental clarity and cognition. The ketones produced when burning fat, whether you're fasting or eating a ketogenic diet, are able to cross the blood-brain barrier, providing energy for your brain, and even providing neuroprotective benefits. Long-term preventative health. Besides the immediate positive symptoms of fasting in ketosis, there are amazing long-term health benefits of running on fat instead of glucose, including decreasing the risk of diseases like diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer. Avoiding symptoms. Eating a ketogenic diet and fasting regularly can increase your chances of a long healthy life. Being aware of the common symptoms and using the preventative measures above can help you avoid any initially uncomfortable side effects and get the most out intermittent fasting. And that's it. So I hope I was able to touch on a lot of questions that people ask me or that always ask me and confused about after I tell them. But I'm gonna read my number 5 of 7 inspirational fast quotes that I wrote again. Tell yourself everything will work out. Things will get better. You are important. You are worthy of great things. You are lovable. The time is now. This too shall pass. You can be who you really are. The best is yet to come. You are strong and you can do this. Don't be a fucking pussy and be crying because it's too hard for you. Nothing in life is easy. A lot of people have done things, in life that was hard and they got through it. The same thing with you doing water fasting or taking care of your temple. It's not gonna be easy. Life is hard. So if you want something and be able to benefit, you're gonna give your all and do it regardless. So, just keep that in mind. And pick your motherfucking panties or boxes up and keep it moving. But
what I'm talking about? Ooh, we're gonna have a lot of pizzas. We're gonna have.
But you know what? Since we made it, since me and my right hand, we made it, and people that I fuck with or families are going through it and they making it, We gotta hit the anthem.
The only thing I'm seeing I'd like to put an amend
Little
on,
cut.
perhaps a little more room here for the fixins. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, we're gonna have a lot of fixins. We're gonna have so many fucking fixins up in this motherfucker. This shit's gonna go through the roof, man. Ah, damn, I'm shitting gold these
I'm
days.
shitting gold these days.
Soldier's boy Drake.
We made it.
Oh, we made it.
We made it.
Turn me up just a little bit in the headphones. Worldwide. International. Nigga, we made it. Hey.
Hey, we made it. Nigga, we made it.
Hey. Damn.
We made it. Day 5, motherfucker. For those who said that I couldn't do it, or that people I know couldn't do it,
Hey. We made it.
we here, going strong.
Hey.
Because
Nigga,
we made it. You know why?
Hey.
Because we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to sleep early because I want to reach another 8 hours, because before, in the beginnings of my fasting, the 3 days I wasn't sleeping. So your body needs it. So even if you gotta take melatonin, you have issues with sleeping, just make sure that whatever melatonin that you're taking doesn't have any modified food starch, doesn't have any vegetables, doesn't have things that is gonna give you calories. It's common sense, you're not supposed to. So just like coffee, calories, fattening is not good. Don't believe the hype that coffee is fucking good, because it ain't fucking good. If you choose to do herbs, I mean, that's your decision, but make sure that they're caffeine free. Like the herbal tea I'm talking about. I'm not doing it. I still haven't done it. I won't do it, and I feel great. And everybody's different, to each his own. If that's what you choose to do, do it. Just make sure you follow a strict water fast, and stay focused. Don't let anybody bring you down and think that and talk negative on what you're doing, because they're fucking not strong-minded or fucking pussies to be able to do it. So pick your fucking head up. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a coward. And fucking show and prove to yourself, and make it through. Because any other times that people have gone through tougher times in life or other situations, they got through it. You're not eating food, so what? You're doing it for a purpose. You're doing it for a specific reason, and it's beneficial to your body to do it once in a while. Water. Not fucking sugar with it. Not fucking lemon with it. Not cayenne. None of that shit. Water. That's it. That's all you need. Sooner or later, your body's gonna give you energy, and you'll be good. You'll have a clear mind, and you'll be focused, and you'll be like, damn, I'm good now. I'm done with my 7 days. I'm going for another 7 days. Fuck that. And that's exactly how I'm feeling. So whatever you have to do to take your mind off of things, and have a strong mind, and get through it, get through it. Just know that, besides the people that hate on you or not give a fuck, there's people that really care, and that'll support you in anything that you do. That's if they truly love you and give a fuck about you. So I'm out. Blessings to everybody. Nothing but love to all my brothers and sisters, kings and queens. Do whatever you gotta do to fucking make it and get through. And there's people in this world, a sad thing, that starve because they can't eat and none of that, and they get through. So um, just know that you're doing it for a purpose. I hope this was helpful. Um, I'll be back tomorrow, God willing, and we're gonna get through this. Regardless of anything, we're gonna get through it. And if you have faith, and you believe in yourself, you'll get by. Just remember that. I'm out.